fucking up the mic. Hey everybody! I want to introduce you to a very special guest star, my roommate and very, very, very good friend, Kait Standal. And say hi, Kait.
Hi.
So, this is the Q&A that I just brained, and then you guys thought was a good idea. So, we're gonna give this a shot. I'm really, really thankful for everybody who submitted a question. Really, really, honestly, it's like very sweet of you guys to like feed into my whims. I can't thank you enough. So we got a few, and I'm really, really, really pumped to answer them. So I think we're just gonna jump right in.
What? You look so scared.
We're fucking up the mic. So wait. You hear my mouth? So I'm going to turn over a very sweet, awesome lapel mic that was sponsored by our patrons on Patreon. So this is its first use. So I'm super excited to have this and to turn it over graciously to our MC, Kait.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Indeed. Okay, so first question from Ashley McDarrison. Taylor.
Is that the question?
That's your name. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why do you mix sculpture and pottery?
So I mix sculpture. Oh, right. So sculpture is my first love and passion, and I find it to be at least my challenge, my personal challenge as an artist, where like all the interesting things that I want to see technically, that's where I enjoy my skill set. And then I learned pottery, and being on the wheel, I really appreciated the functionality of vessel forms and trying that other world. But I couldn't escape adding just like my beginnings and my favorite. Don't tell Clay that sculpture is my favorite. Pottery would be so sad. Thank you, Ashley McDarrison.
Okay, well, second question from Bo Bergman. Drinking while arting. Bo Bergman. Okay, I'm sorry. I remember him from college, and I just can't get that one comment he said you out of my head. I don't remember what it is right now, but what about your tits?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for putting that in the Q&A.
We're gonna edit it out.
Next question.
Next question. Okay.
Yes, Bo Bergman. So, I actually adore this question. So, a lot of my colleagues in college were definitely partakers of the drinking and the arting, which seemed to stimulate their creativity. I have always been a prude, but also alcohol just kind of tastes gross for me. And then when I'm drunk, I'm just like very intoxicated.
The story.
No.
Yeah, now you gotta tell the story.
No, you have to tell the story. You brought it up.
Bring up the mic.
No.
Oh my god, so it's Taylor's 21st birthday, and I'm out with my boyfriend at the time, and we're both at separate bars where we went to college, and Taylor is saying she's gonna meet up with me, and she just doesn't show up for hours. I have no idea where this girl is. I'm assuming she's with her friends somewhere. She never drinks, so I'm thinking, oh, she's fine, it's fine. And so I leave the bar because she finally texts me, and as I'm walking up the street, I notice like this fine lady that looks kind of like Taylor, and I'm like, no. Like, this chick is hot, right? But then Taylor is like, oh my god, Kait! And I'm like, oh, this is my best friend. And I'm like, Taylor, you look so pretty. And she did. She was absolutely stunning. And she was like, really?
So that's why I can't art and drink at the same time. It's just like, I don't like the taste. I am very intoxicated, as Kait has recanted. And it's just not productive. It's just not a productive lifestyle for my art process. Because it's very fine detail, and I get, like the room's like spinning and things are moving. But I definitely appreciate my friends who do it because I like to be sitting in the room while other folks are arting and drinking because it's a lot of fun. I don't knock it.
So this is our third question. It's from James Wright. He says, how does one do?
Well, one wakes up in the morning and all they want to do is not do. But if you just gotta love what you're doing, and then you can kick through the I'd rather watch anime and YouTube, actually get some stuff done. So the way that I do it is I have to set myself goals and a very, very strict agenda. And once I'm hitting those goals and reaching those agendas, sometimes my every hour will be scheduled out for myself. Just because right now Arttaysia is really, really small, so it's a very limited amount of people that are actually contributing to the content that you guys see. A lot of it is me currently. So it's a really tough regiment, and it's not for everybody, but I would say that anybody out there who wants to be doing, just really stick with it and start. That's another thing that you have to do, is just start. It's a ride. It's definitely a ride. Thank you, James Wright.
So this is a question from Cat Rhapsody. There's actually 2 questions involved, so I'll ask you the first one, and you can answer that one, and then I'll ask you the second one. So Cat Rhapsody asks, what has been your most favorite creation since you started at Arrtaysia.llc?
I think that's such a hard question, but I think my favorite would probably have to be, it's probably the really big Mother Nature print that I entitled Endangered Children. It's that super big portrait of Mother Nature that has the tree growing out of her, and her hair just is becoming the vines with all those endangered species that are just kind of littered about her while she sits on a tree. That was a print that took about a year to create, and I think it's my favorite because I was so proud once I finished it. I wanted to make sure I did something really, really big because in university, that's all we did was huge, huge projects. And after university, I was stuck doing a bunch of little stuff and kind of finding myself after kind of getting spit back into the world. And after I finished that one, I kind of proved to myself, I still can do these big projects. I don't need the homework and I don't need the teachers. I took what I needed from it and I'm actually instilling it into what I wanted to do. Just because it was kind of a big milestone for me. And I mean, it's a pretty piece too. And it was technically challenging for me too. I was pushing a lot of boundaries. That's my favorite currently, but I've got a lot of stuff in the works that might not get out of the water.
Okay, second part of that question.
Yeah.
What's been the most challenging creation that you've made so far?
Another hard question.
I'm going to say the big turtle. Big turtle.
I think so too. I was going to say that too. I'd say the most technically challenging is this large Minagami sculpture, which is a Japanese turtle that I did. And I originally created it as a workshop learnee. This guy, I think out of Milwaukee, if memory serves. His name is Jeff Roche, though. If you guys have the time, you should look him up. He's a fantastic artist. He came to one of my places of employment, and I took a workshop with him, and we made this huge, huge turtle, if you guys have seen that. And not only was that just a really challenging way to construct in ceramic, but afterwards I had this huge freaking turtle that I had no idea what to do with. So I decided, well, obviously I need to create a lotus flower and then shove that on top, and then that will be my sculpture. And that sounds maybe excellent to those listening, but in actual fulfillment of said crazy ideas, that's really challenging. So, Jesus, I mean, even just transporting it home, I had to figure out how to suspend. Well, let's start with even the lotus flower. I had to figure out how to cast that in bronze, which is just not easy to begin with. It's very delicate, and anything delicate is just that's not gonna work. You should that's great that you'll spend all that time, but I'm just not gonna cast. And it did, miraculously. So then I had this 15-pound lotus flower, and I had to figure out how to mount that in a ceramic turtle. So I harassed the heck out of Home Depot, and I'm I got this lotus flower and a turtle. And they're well, I used to work there, so they were Taylor, you crazy. But they were also So I spent an hour in there with some really good friends of mine and excellent associates, and they found some old plumbing pipes and they constructed that, and I took it home and it worked. So now I have like this internal structure.
Wait, so it's actually mounted?
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
I have not seen it finished.
Oh, we'll have to adjourn to my studio. But yep, so now I have weight mounter thing. And so from here, which is not done if you guys follow my social media or my YouTube. Well, yeah, you are, because this is on YouTube. But so that it's not completed, but it is yet to, there's still more challenges with that one. But I'm so excited to be working on that one. And so like blah, 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 rant over is that. It's that one. Thank you, Cat Rhapsody.
All right, this is our last question. It's from Craze31. What is your favorite medium to use?
That's another hard question because, as you guys know, I bounce between so many. So I'm going to say mixed media, but that's kind of a cheat. Ceramic is my favorite, but I really enjoy mixed media ceramic. So I like creating anything, sculpture work, vessels, whatever I want to make, I like to do it in clay. And then from there, after it's fired, I really do like to embellish it with other stuff. Metal being my favorite to embellish ceramic with, but even just if you guys saw like my nymph sculptures, that was epoxy with a bunch of paper, ceramic with mixed media embellishments. Art is my favorite. It's so hard to pick just one. That is our last question for the Q&A. I want to thank Kait Standal for being our MC again tonight. She's a funny, amazing gal, and soon to be a very successful author.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Yes.
One day. One day.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the Q&A. Let me know if you want to see a like videos like this one. Or if you're like, this was a terrible idea. We don't want to see any more of these. So I'm going to leave that up to you guys. Leave that in the comments below if you enjoyed. You know, give it a little like, a little digital like, or maybe just a little subscribe to the channel if you're new and you're like, what the fuck are these people doing? Otherwise, I'm going to again thank Kait Standal. I'm going to again thank McDarrison Productions. And I think we're just gonna end it. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna go.
Just done?
We're just, yeah. Say goodbye to the nice people.
Yep. Bye, nice people.
Yeah, but we'll see ya. We'll see you later. Ah!
Really?
Mm-hmm. I like really had to burp through a lot of that, and I'm like,